Hey STEAM players, in today's Make and Move tutorial, we're going to be showing you how to make a cardboard bird with a moving wing mechanism. Now, you don't have to make a bird if you don't want to. We're going to just be focusing on how to get this pivot point moving, and we also use a little popsicle stick or candlewick stick down here to control the movement. So what I can do is wind up my fishing line to wherever I would like it to be so that I get a nice movement. So I can make that wing go as high as I want it with my little control stick down here. Dr. Baldus decided to get a little bit clever with this little bird, and he's decided to hack some LED lights and a Bluetooth mechanism to light up some LED lights. Let me turn the lights off and I'll show you what it looks like. So he's just popped in 2 LED light strings there, but you've got 4 different motors that you can connect to your battery. So you could have 4 different strings of LED lights in all different colors running along your bird. For this moving wing mechanism, we are going to need some cardboard. We've just used recycled cardboard from a packing box. We have also used 1 make-do screw. You can use a paper fastener or a split pin as well. And we use the make-do screwdriver to screw it in. We also have some fishing line to attach to our control stick down here. You can use ribbon, twine, string, whatever you've got on hand. And then we've also got a candlewick stick. Now these are used in candle making supplies to hold the wick nice and straight for candles. So you don't have to use this, but we love them because they have holes already pre-drilled into them. You could just use a regular popsicle stick and tie the fishing line to each end, or you could just not have a stick at all and just pull on the string that's connected to your wing. You'll also need some scissors, and we use acrylic paint to get our colors, but again, you could use absolutely anything. Markers, glitter, paint, whatever you have at home. Let's jump in. You're so tall.
Step 1 in the creation is to cut out your bird. I cut out an Eastern Rosella for this one.
Eastern Rosella, Eastern Rosella.
The way I got this shape was I just uploaded a picture of it on my phone and just had it next to me while I was drawing it out, just to try and get the sizes of the different body shape.
Maybe this big?
So I kind of looked at how big the head was, how many times does the head fit into the rest of the body, and that kind of gave me my overall size. So, for instance, a Rosella head is this big on my picture. So it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish to get to the end of the body, and then another 1.5, 2 for the tail.
You're like a round head.
Yep.
Like
So I started with the beak and the head as well.
In comparison, my Rosella is a little bit chunky. He has a bit of a bigger belly, I think, than a normal Rosella would have. But you know what? I think this is good. I think this is good for a first attempt. So I'm going to use my utility knife and some scissors to cut this out now. He's got a weird little foot. Don't worry about it. But here's what he looks so far. If you wanted to add like a second little leg, you could, but I'm just gonna leave him like this for the moment. And then to get that tail effect on his tail here, I'm just going to do little snips with my scissors so that it looks like feathers. And then I'm just going to bend this cardboard a little bit just to make it look a little bit more raggedy, a little bit more like tail feathers. You're going to have some going one way, some going the other way, but that's what it looks like now. We are going to be using some traditional puppetry for inspiration with our moving wings. We have just a really quick little bird that we did this morning while we were coming up with the idea for this tutorial. And then we also have a little dragon. So this little dragon is some inspiration for our dragon theme term, which is coming up next. I can't believe we did that. So we're doing all things dragon very, very soon. So for our moving wing, we are going to need some more cardboard. We are also going to be using make-do today. So we have 1 make-do screw for each wing, 1 for me, one for you. We're also using the Make Do tools. I promise this is not a sponsored video, but Make Do if you're watching. Hey girl, hey! We're going to be using the back of our Make Do screwdriver to poke a hole in our wing and in the pivot points where we're going to make it move. And then we also have some string. So today we're using fishing line because that's what we have on hand. Let's go start. First things first, we're going to make our wing now. We're going to use a pencil and scissors to cut out the wing. Should I make it like the size of between the tail and the head?
Yeah, I think so. Something that mimics the front side.
I want it to have like a pointy little bit so it looks like a wing.
Just had a little bit of extra cardboard stick out past where the pivot point's going to be, so that way you can poke an extra hole there and just be able to pull that down. On the front side, you can't actually see that extra little tab.
I'm just going to make it slightly bigger so I've got some room to work with. And then I'm going to extend out into a little rectangle shape here so that I can attach it to my bird. So what I'm left with here is my wing shape, and then I've got a rectangle coming out here just so I can attach that pivot point there and have my wing move up and down like this. So then when I attach it on the back, I've got this movement here of the wing going up and down. I like the look of it being attached to the back, so that's what I'm going to do. Are you going to do front or back?
I'm going to go back as well.
You're going to go back as well. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use the back of my Make Do screwdriver to make those holes. A tiny screwdriver of any sort is really good here though. So we're going to attach using that top right hole is the one that our Make Do screw is going to go into. So this one up here. And then this one is going to be where our string goes through and we pull down to get the movement.
I put my Make Do screw in my Eastern Rosella now, and when I pull down on the tab and let go, you can see that the weight of the wing is heavy enough to actually bring it down itself.
Don't poke me in the eye with your Eastern Rosella. So I'm going to create that little control stick with the string. So I'm going to tie one piece of my string here, which is where the opposite hole is to my Make Do screw. And then I'm also going to have the other piece of string connected somewhere towards the end of the wing, but not right at the end. And we'll test that out and see what happens. I don't want my string to be too long, because then I have to hold it up like really high in the air. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut 2 lengths of fishing line. I'm going to tie one to this hole that's down here and one to this hole that's here. And then I'm going to tie them to my popsicle stick or my candlewick stick that's controlling the movement down below.
Okay, you're recording. Now you get out of the way. You've hit record and it's filming Mummy. You can go sit next to Mummy if you want.
Okay, so what I've done is I've done one string from my back of my wing here down here and one string from this part down here. Now, I messed around a little bit with where I wanted this Make Do screw to be, and I noticed that the way that I had tied it, I wasn't happy with how high that wing was coming up. So I was pulling on one bit and it was only coming up just a little bit. What I can do is wrap the string around my stick a couple of times so that that length is a little bit shorter, but I don't have to cut it, because I might cut it in the wrong place and then it might end up being too short. And then I go in this little tug of war of shorten this one, shorten this one, shorten this one, and then it just doesn't work out. If I wrap the string around my stick, I can kind of control how short or how long it is. And I get that movement that I'm looking for. Pulling on each side of the stick and it's going up and down, up and down. That's the end of the mechanical part of this build. Next, it's time to make it look pretty. We are going to start painting our rosellas now. It's important to note that you can actually do the painting before you put everything together, if that's the way you'd like to do it. You can cut out all of your different pieces, paint them, and then poke your holes and put them together. But I always like painting afterwards. I don't know why. I like to paint afterwards because the Make Do screw gets painted the same color. We can paint over the screw. So today I'm going for quite a traditional Eastern Rosella. This is the one that I'm using as my reference photo. Yellow crest
I randomly have the same reference.
It's got a red head, it's got a yellow crest, then it goes into green, and then there's blue wing and blue and green tail feathers. So that's what we're going to try to emulate today. However, we do have our little steam player on the side helping as well, so who knows what it will end up looking like at the end. How about we start with this red head? Can we start with the red head?
No, Mom, I want to start with the blue wing.
The blue wing, okay. Now that we've got our Rosella painted, I'm gonna let this dry, and then what I'll do is come back once it's dry with a Sharpie, and I'll do the eyes in black and the beak outline in black as well. We hope this tutorial was helpful, and if you do make your own little moving wing mechanism, make sure to tag us at Steamplay Studios, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and definitely think about becoming a subscriber to our website if you want to learn how to upgrade your builds with screen-free technology.